I am back, and the Oklahoma Sooners got a commitment this past weekend from an offensive lineman, Troy Everett, that is going to help provide depth at the center position, which might just be needed for the Oklahoma Sooners. And guys, we are going to talk about it today. But before we do that, go ahead and hit that like and the subscribe button. Let me know what you guys are talking about in the comments below. Are you guys excited for Troy? I know that this is a little late, but listen, I had a fun weekend, and now we are back to work. So, Troy Everett, the inside offensive lineman that hit the transfer portal on April 15th, received offers from the likes of Colorado, Missouri, Virginia Tech, and other schools, including Oklahoma. But in 2021, he was redshirted as a true freshman, appeared in only 3 games playing center against Oline, Louisiana, and ULM. And that's not Elon Musk that's running Twitter. It's the school Oline. Sorry, I had to put it in there. But in 2022, he was a freshman All-American second team per The Athletic, started the first 6 games at center and played in 10 of the 12 games, made his first 2 career starts against North Carolina, who, if you guys remember that game, that was a really high-scoring game, and then App State as well. So, yeah, Troy Everett, a guy that has been able to play 262 pass blocking snaps on the field, and then 79 offensive snaps against UNC and 82 against Texas A&M. And mind you, that Texas A&M game, that's the game that Texas A&M lost at Aggie Field. He was having to go up against some really good defensive linemen there. So you know that Troy Everett has it in him to be able to block against the best of the best. But here's the deal. The 6'8", or the 6'3", 280-pound lineman is going to help provide some significant depth to this offensive line. And here's why. Because even though you're returning the likes of Tyler Guyton and McKade Matire and Savion Byrd and Jake Taylor and all of these guys, including Andrew Rain, what's the one thing you've had the problem with at the center position? Andrew Rain staying healthy. Andrew Rain being consistent. Now Andrew Rain, and we're not going to talk bad on him. Like, the guy's been in Oklahoma for a while, and we respect his loyalty to Oklahoma. But now Andrew Rain is going to have somebody in that room that is going to push him, is going to drive him to be the best center that he can be. Now, Bill Bedenbough, Brent Venables, Jeff Lebby, they saw a need. And they saw a need to go in here and transform this offensive line this upcoming season to be able to help Dillon Gabriel be a better pocket passer. So they go and get transfers like Walter Rouse for the left side, who, well, you were really needing that. And then Caleb Schaefer this offseason, because you lost starters like Anton Harrison, who went in the first round, Wanye Morris and Chris Murray to the NFL draft. But then you also lost Marcus Alexander and Bray Walker and Colin Montgomery to the transfer portal. So OU is going to open up this spring, or I guess this fall, against Arkansas State on September 2nd in Norman, with potentially 2 new starters on that offensive line. Maybe 1, but potentially 2. I don't think 3 is likely. But you're going to have a lot of depth there. And you're going to I guess, feel good that if Andrew Rain goes down, you've got a guy that, well, he's consistent. And he's a guy that was actually wanted by other teams across the country. He's not just a non-factor for the University of Oklahoma. But the question is, what are the Oklahoma Sooners going to continue to do in the transfer portal? Because you've heard the rumors about Jordan Tyson from Allen, Texas, who was at the University of Colorado that hit the transfer portal and had a highly productive season as a freshman at Colorado. And as nice as that would be for the Oklahoma Sooners to take another wide receiver, there are needs like the defensive line, because you need depth there, especially with Corey Roberson entering the transfer portal this spring. So what could the Oklahoma Sooners be looking at? Could they be looking at a guy like Dylan Brooks in the class of 2021, was the number 77 overall player at 6'5", 250 pounds. Honestly, they have him at the edge, but a guy that could play inside. Or could it be a guy like Tywone Malone in the 21 class, committed to Ole Miss, was the number 63 overall player at 6'4", 305 pounds? Could that be a guy that the Oklahoma Sooners go out there and grab? Or, you have heard about Troy Amos or Amos. In the class of 2020 was the 1,462 ranked player, 6 foot, 173 pounds, but produced well for the Raging Cajuns. And a guy that is wanted by, kind of a lot of teams, only Penn State, Michigan, Texas A&M, Arkansas, Oregon, Auburn, Illinois, Ole Miss, LSU, Miami. Do I need to keep going? Because I can give you Alabama as well. The staff just doesn't go after anybody in the transfer portal. They go after guys that they think are going to be able to provide some production and provide some added depth and benefit to this team. You're going to hear me talk a lot about depth, depth, depth. That's what the Oklahoma Sooners got in Troy Everett. That's what they got on their offensive line. They're going to continue to get that in the transfer portal. So, guys, I want to hear your opinion. Go ahead, jump down in the comments below. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are. What do you guys think the Oklahoma Sooners do in the transfer portal? Who do you guys think they go out there and grab at this point? Because there are options. And like I said, I really like Tywone Malone or Dylan Brooks at the defensive line. I think those are great options. And I know you guys are hearing the rumors about Trey Amos, and you guys are hearing the rumors about Jordan Tyson. I want to give you something a little different. That's why I give you the 2 defensive linemen. And you might go, hey, Preston, we don't need more guys in the secondary. The secondary is already deep enough from the guys that we took in the transfer or in the recruiting class. That's true. Got some good returning starters. You've got some good transfers coming in, and then you had a good just had a good 2023 class at that position. So yes, you have depth, but you necessarily need some experienced guys. Now, linebacker, I think you're good because you got Connor Neer. So I don't think you need to go out there and get any of the other linebackers who was Brandon Jennings from UCF. I don't think you need to go out there and get him. I also don't think you need to go out there and get a guy like Prince Culley from Notre Dame, the outside linebacker. I think defensive line is the next hit for the University of Oklahoma. And I think you're going to see Todd Bates, and I think you're going to see Miguel Chavis really start to deep dive in. Okay, is there somebody in the portal that we really like? Is there somebody that we have a previous relationship that we could go out there and leverage to get them to the University of Oklahoma? The Sooners are looking for a bounce-back season, guys. They need 9 wins at the minimum. I say 10. A lot of people say 9, so we'll say 9. But the Sooners have to have a good season. They can't afford to only win 6 games again. So, guys, go ahead, jump down in the comments below. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are about the Oklahoma Sooners in the transfer portal. Who would you like to go ahead and see them take? Additionally, if you haven't already, go ahead, hit the like and the subscribe button.